Hello everyone, myself Jwala Prasad Chaurasia, a student of Thakur College of Engineering and Technology, second year BTech AIML. So guys, today we are here to do the 30 days of Google Cloud program का first track, that is Cloud Engineering track का fifth quest, that is fifth skill badge, build and secure networks in Google Cloud. So guys, let's get redirected towards our quick labs. So by clicking here, I will get redirected towards the quick lab. So guys, I am here in the quick labs. This is our quick labs. So first of all, we have to get enroll in this quest. So let's get enroll in this quest, guys. So guys, as you can see, we are enrolled in this quest. See, a message came here. You have successfully enrolled. So guys, let's see this. Okay, we have to perform these mini labs. And guys, we have performed this lab earlier in other quests, so it is shown here tech. That's why. So guys, let's start with our first lab, user authentication identity aware proxy. So guys, first of all, start our lab. Okay, so let's get our labs to be started, guys. So let's get open the Google console and put the username password. See the password, and I will let copy just here simply, guys. Enter and accept it. Okay, we are here. So guys, let the terms and conditions to be accepted here. And guys, please do watch my earlier quest video. If there is any doubt, you can comment me in the comment section. So guys, we are done with this. Now let's get into introduction and setup and requirements for this lab. What are the setups and requirements? Let's see this. So we have to activate the Cloud Shell over here. So guys, our Cloud Shell is getting activated over here. Okay, let's continue. It is getting provisioning our Cloud Shell machine. Okay guys, we are here. Now let's copy this authorize list command. Then we will config our gcloud project. Simply copy this. First of all, authorize this over here, and I will simply paste the command over here. And okay, enter. Okay, let's download this code with this command. Enter guys, अब यहाँ डाउनलोड हो जाएगा ये, एंड अनजिप कर लेंगे यहाँ से, इससे ये हो गया अनजिप, और फिर इस डायरेक्टरी में हम चले जाएंगे with this command. Okay guys, we are here, and now deploy application and protect it with IAP. Okay, change from the main project folder to the one hello world subfolder that contains code for this step. Okay, we will go in this. Enter guys. Okay, done with this. The application code is in main.py file. It uses the Flask web framework. Okay, you can list each file in the cloud in the shell using the cat command as in. Okay, सारे फाइल्स दिख जाएंगे आपको इस कमांड से यहाँ पे guys. Now let's deploy to App Engine. Okay, Control V, enter. Okay, when you are asked if we want to continue, enter yes. Okay, if I am asked, please enter your numeric. Okay, select a region near to you that supports standard. Okay, support center, I will select as US Central. Okay, I will select US East one. So इसका number है 18. I will type it and I will press enter. So it will be creating an app engine. So guys, press yeah Y for it, and I think we are done with this also. See guys, it's working on. And guys, please do comment in my comment section for any of the other help I can do, and please message me on my LinkedIn if you want to connect me over there. I will put my LinkedIn ID in the description also, guys. Okay guys, this may take some time to deploy it. Okay. After that we will see that this task is completed or not. Okay, these are our 4 tasks in total. First let this complete. So I think we should wait for it. It may take some time, guys. Okay, okay, so guys, we are done with this also. Let's check it. Are we done with this or not? Okay guys, we are done with this also. Okay. So let's do after this. If you get a Gala propagation related to Cloud App deployment, few minutes the deploy completes, you will see enter that command gcloud app browser. Click the displayed link to open it in a new tab, or copy it to a manually open new tab if necessary. Since this is the first time this app is run, it will take a few seconds to appear while a cloud instance is started, and you should see the following window. You can open that same URL from any computer connected to the internet to see the web page. Access is not yet restricted. Click check my progress to verify the objective. Okay. I will simply copy this command, guys, and paste here. Now press enter. Now we will get a link. Okay, I will click on this and this will open our application. So guys, this is the application you can see over here. And after that, okay, we are done with restricted access with IAP1. In the cloud console window, click on navigation menu, security, identity aware proxy. Okay, first let's get into security and identity aware proxy. Okay guys, where it is security, this is security, and identity aware proxy, it is here. Let's make this small. Okay, we are over here, guys, and next step is click enable API. Okay, I will click over here. Let's go step by step, guys. It will be very easy and efficient for you all. So after that, click go to identity. Okay, this is click go to identity aware proxy. Okay guys, we are here. After that, click configure consent screen. Okay, we are here. So this got open in a new tab, guys. It's coming on. As you can see, we are in this APIs and service wala tab. After clicking that, configure consent service. So over here, okay, select internal under user type and click create. Okay, internal, I will select internal over here and I will click create. let's go step by step. Okay guys, fill the required blank with appropriate values. Okay, we have to fill this with the appropriate value given over here. So first I will give the app name, but that is IAP example, and user support email. Select your QuickLab student email from the drop down. Okay, student email, this is our student email. Okay, this is it, right guys? Okay, I will select here, and next step is application homepage. The URL you use to view your app, you can find this again by running this. Okay, application homepage. Okay, where it is guys? Application homepage. I will copy that URL of this app and paste it over here, and after that application privacy policy, the privacy page link in the app same as the home page link with /privacy added at the end. Okay, this is our privacy policy app. After typing privacy, we are into this guys. We are here guys. Okay, and okay, click plus add domain, the host name portion of the application URL. You can see this in the address bar of the hello world page. Do not include starting, okay, from that URL. Okay guys. Okay, I will click here, and how will I add? Okay, the host name portion of the application URL example. Okay, I should not use these / https or trailing, our last one in this application website. Okay guys, see it properly guys. Okay, I have not included any trailing or http / over here. As you can see, they have mentioned like this also over here. You can see this in the address bar of the hello world web page you previously opened. Do not include. Okay, enter at least one email developer contact information. Okay, I will enter my email itself. Okay guys, we are also done, and after that click save and continue. Okay, I will click save and continue. Okay, after that for scopes click save and continue. Okay, for scopes, okay, we are here. After clicking save and continue, for summary click back to dashboard. For summary click okay, back to dashboard over here. Okay guys, we are over here, right? And you might be prompted to create credentials. You do not need to create credential for this lab, so you can simply close this browser tab. 9. In Cloud Shell, run this command to disable the Flex API. Okay, in the Cloud Shell I will be running this command to disable the Flex API. I will simply copy this command from here guys. So this is my Cloud Shell. I pasted that command over here, and this will disable this service API, this Flex API, this command. So guys, as you can see, our task is successful over here. And after that, App Engine has its standard and flexible environments which are optimized for different application architecture. Currently, when enabling IAP for App Engine, if the Flex API is enabled, Google Cloud will look for a Flex service account. Your QuickLabs project comes with a multitude of APIs already enabled for the purpose of convenience. However, this creates a unique station where the Flex API is enabled without a service account created. Okay, return to the identity aware page and refresh it. You should now see a list of resources you can protect. Okay, Okay, I think I should refresh this page. Okay wait, मैं यहाँ वापस आता हूँ. I will come over here guys. Again, identity aware proxy page. Okay, I can see something is loading over here guys, and I can see what to be protected. Okay, click the toggle button in the IAP column in the App Engine app row to turn IAP on. Okay, the domain will protect IAP. Click turn on IAP. Okay, this is the toggle. Turn on. Okay, it's turning on. And after that, test that IAP is turned on. Open a browser tab and navigate to the URL for your app. A sign in with Google screen open require you to log in to access the app. Okay, sign in with the account. You will see screen. Okay, we don't have access. Return to the identity aware page of the console. Select the checkbox near and see the sidebar at the right of the page. Okay, let's get into with this task also guys. Open a browser tab and navigate to the URL for your app. Okay, I am over here guys. As you can see, okay guys, we are here. A sign in with Google screen opens and requires you to log in to access the app. Okay, sign in with the account you used to log into the console. You will see a screen. Okay, I will sign in with this only. I should see some error over here guys. Okay guys, as we can see, we don't have access over here, as the same error it's showing like that. You have successfully protected your app with IAP, but you have not yet told IAP which accounts to allow through. Return to the identity aware proxy page of the console. Select the checkbox. Okay, I will select this checkbox, and after that, next to App Engine and see the sidebar at the right of the page. Okay guys, okay, I am seeing the sidebar. Okay, this is the sidebar of the page. Each email or Google group address or G Suite domain name that should be allowed access needed to be added as a member. Click add principal, enter a Quick Lab student email ID. Okay, I will copy this student email ID from here. I will add principal over here. Okay, I just added it, and then pick the cloud IAP/IAP secure web app user role to assign to that address. Cloud AAP and Cloud AAP secured web app user. Okay guys, you may enter more address or G Suite domain in the same way. Okay guys, now I will click on save. I have saved it, and now I should check if this is finished. Guys, we are done with this task also. So here we got our 50 points. Now test access. Navigate back to your app and reload your page. You should now see your web app since you already logged in with a user you authorized. Okay, I will. Okay, if you still see that you don't have access page IAP did not recheck your authorization, in that case do the following step. Open a web browser, the home page address with add it to the end of the URL. Okay guys, okay, after this URL I will add this one. Okay, now I think I should see this. We will now see a sign in with Google screen. Yes, I am able to see and I will use another account to sign in, guys. Okay, do not click the account, instead click use another account. Okay, re-enter your credential. It takes a minute for the roles to change effect. Okay, I will re-enter my credentials from here. Okay guys, as you can see now, we are able to see this. These steps are caused IAP to recheck your access, and you should now see your own application home screen. Access user identity information in Cloud Shell. Let's change to the folder for this step. Okay guys. Okay, we have changed the folder, guys. Now deploy to App Engine. Okay, now it will deploy to the App Engine, guys. Now press Y, enter. Now it will take some time, guys. When you ask if you want to, okay, let's wait for this to be completed, guys. And I think we should wait for some more times to get it complete. Okay guys, as we can see, it's changing the defaults over here. And guys, please do share my videos. And after that, now check that. Okay, examine the application file. This folder contains same set of files as you can see in the okay, but two of the files main.py and template in the program has been changed to retrieve the user information. There are two lines that get the IAP. Okay, these are the ex Google authenticated user. Okay guys, these are some of the things. Test the updated IAP. So I will put this command and I will check that, and a link will appear over here. Okay, I will check that updated application over here. So guys, as you can see, we can see our students email ID and all a persistent ID like this. This is step 2 for the user authentication with IAP Code Lab, guys. And after that, we are able to see this. Turn off IAP. In the navigation menu, security identity, select the IAP toggle, switch the next app to turn IAP off. Okay, we are already over here. Okay guys, I will turn off from here. Okay, I will turn off this. Okay, we are done with this, guys. You will be warned that this will allow all user to access the app. Refresh the application page. You should see the same page but without any user information. Okay, I will refresh it. Okay, we can see the user information has changed over here, guys. Since the application is now unprotected, a user can send a web request that appears to have passed through the replace a URL here, okay, with the correct URL for a web. Okay, I will copy this command, guys, and put this in the Cloud Shell. And guys, I will replace my URL part over there. Okay, let's press enter, and as you can see, guys, we have got it over here, the web page. Okay, we can see the entire web page over here. Okay, by the curl command. Use cryptographic verification. If there is a risk of IAP being turned off or bypassed, your app can check to make sure the identity information it receives is valid. This uses a third web request header added by IAP called xcoog IAP JWT assertion, the value of the header is cryptographically signed object that also contains the user identity data. Your application can verify the digital signature and use the data provided in this object to be certain that it was provided by IAP without alteration. In Cloud Shell, change the folder in this step. Okay, let's again change this folder over here, guys. We are into IP3 now, and now let's again deploy this, guys. We are gonna deploy this again. Enter, and it may take some time, and I will press Y over here, guys. Enter. Okay, it may take some 2 minutes more. Okay, guys, let's do this task also, our final and last task, that is, and let this completed, guys. Let this to be our deploying thing. It may take some 1 to 2 minutes, guys. Okay, guys, as we can see, it's going on. Okay, it's almost completed. Guys, we have completed with this also. Now let's check it if this task is completed or not. Okay, we have completed our last task also, guys. Okay, so guys, I wanna thank you all for viewing my video, and really, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Now I should end this lab also, guys. And guys, please do share my video, and thank you so much for watching it. Really thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. And if there is any suggestion, you can comment me in the comment box. I had also added my LinkedIn profile in the description. So thank you so much, guys.